We are cruising on this energy reset. And because we're cruising, that means we're growing, even in bite-sized moments. So I bring you back to the garden because there's a situation that I'm kind of working through. Is I planted some zucchini and cucumbers in the same bed, and unfortunately, both have popped. And you would think, like, why is that unfortunate? You know, they're growing. It's because it's overcrowded. It's because now they're almost competing against each other for space, for attention. And so let's talk about the uncomfortable spaces of growth. And as you can see here, we got some good zucchini growing. We got some cucumbers going up the trellis. The cucumbers are actually vining around the zucchini plants, kind of suffocating them. And that's the uncomfortable places of growth is you're on this journey of reclaiming your energy, and there's people on this journey with you whether you realize it or not, but there's also plenty of people around you that are not growing. It's not their time, their place, their season to grow. And although that's not our issue, it starts to affect your environment and your growth. When I was reclaiming my energy and establishing healthy boundaries and having better conversations and around better people, I found that the people that were uncomfortable with that growth got a little nasty. They isolated from me. They were a little more aggressive in their communication to me. They would say things like, "You've changed," not as a compliment, as an insult. And it's because my change and my growth was making them uncomfortable. I was no longer Kelly 1.0, I was moving into Kelly 2.0. And that uncomfortable feeling for them was coming out as "you've changed" an insult. And so in this growth, I just want to acknowledge that because we often see growth as a very positive thing, which it is. But in this messy middle, I want you to know that you're going to have to navigate some of the environmental changes that are going on and the communication discussions you might need to have. So if you are on a good path, you're very aligned, you know you want to go that way, it is okay to stand your ground, right? Maybe those people no longer fit in the trail that you're going. There are times, however, where people see behavioral changes in you that are harmful. And a great example of this is isolation. There is isolation to help yourself reset, refocus on the path that you want to go, like find alignment. And sometimes you need to do that without all that external noise. But then there's isolation that can be dangerous, right? You're withdrawing from communities as a whole. You aren't communicating with people. That desocialization is eventually going to cause some mental and emotional hurdles for you the further you go down that path. So when I talk to people about different growth on their journeys and mine, there is a line that you can cross that people are either holding back your growth or people are trying to support your growth, but maybe it's not agreeable to what you think you need right now. So know the difference of, am I isolating because I'm trying to figure out my aligned path? I will come out, whether that's the same people or different people I'll be around, or are you isolating out of fear, out of sadness, out of deeper emotions in which this could be a path that could get a little bit more dangerous on the isolation factor in which it's harder to get back out. So that's the uncomfortable growth is, what spaces do you need when? These both popped at the same time. If I would have rotated when I planted them, they each would have had their own spaces. Maybe the cucumbers would already be crawling and then the zucchini started popping. I did not align it that way. So now these two are colliding for space and combating each other. And that's that uncomfortable growth that you're going to run into on this journey. Is there are going to be people that will combat you, and some will be helpful to help you crawl, and some will be suffocating you, like the vines who are suffocating the zucchini right now. Know your path, know where people fit, if they're just slightly uncomfortable, temporarily uncomfortable with your growth, or if they're not going to change, and that will give you your next step forward. Because even when we get or find the space for growth, there's still going to be some uncomfortable pieces within that. And every pattern behind this either feeds the energy or it drains it.